Hello, we're back. It's been a while. How have you been? Yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy end to the first quarter of 2026 for Antigravity for sure. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to kind of just pause, reflect, take note, and share you guys where everything's been going with Antigravity and how it's all doing, really. This is a bit of a Q1 sum up. We've just literally been downstairs and done a big sort of team meeting about the sort of Q1, looking at some like KPIs for how we can all kind of improve over the next quarter and just where we want the business to go, some of the strengths, some of the weaknesses. Firstly, the biggest kind of craziest thing is obviously that I've gone from me to 3 people at the start of January with the addition of Rachel and Esme. So you could argue that Antigravity has tripled in size since the start of the year. So not a bad start, I guess. And then we also finally got some new branding out there and a new website, albeit a landing page for now. But both of those got received really, really well. We got really nice feedback on that. And then we've made some really good progress on our social media plan, marketing in general. We've been a bit more consistent there, posting more, trying to build the Antigravity brand into its own kind of distinct thing, which has been really nice. And I've launched this YouTube series, which has been a bit kind of its own wild ride, really. When I first started this, I know that I come across as a little bit of like a confident person and things like that, and I am like but I'm not. I don't actually really like spotlight on me that much, and so when I first was walking down the street filming myself, I felt like a right idiot. But now you look around and think, oh god, everyone's looking at me, but actually no one cares. So that's been really good, and I've gotten into a bit more of a flow of posting these and getting these on, and a big shout out to Des, our film editor, who's been working on these as well, and getting these kind of out and smashed out for us. So yeah, big up Des. The other sort of things I thought I'd talk about is more on the client side. There's been some really big wins. We've been doing a few more pitches, and it's been wild, and I'm crazy to say we're in the last kind of stint on a pitch that we were up against 50 other agencies for, and we beat out 48, which is kind of nuts. So we're in the final 2. I've got everything crossed, like literally everything crossed for this pitch, because if we win it, it's a pretty good game changer for us and really helps support and set up the studio, really. So it's kind of nuts. So got everything crossed for that. We also won a recent pitch as well, so we've got a new brand project in, which we won, which is really exciting. I can talk about all of this hopefully the next Q. But another really big win was the All In 26 event branding we did. I really, really loved doing the event branding. I want to do more of it. It's just such exciting work, and it just really aligns with Antigravity and what we want to do. The kind of crazy thing about all that was that there was an internal report done, and turns out the branding was one of the most favourite things from the whole event, which is really good. So the branding really, really resonated with people, and they're hopefully going to bring us on board to do that again next year, which is sick. We've also delivered a lot of websites. I'm just looking at the list here. A lot of websites, a lot of brands, and stuff that I can't really talk about until they go out, so watch this space. But we've also had quite an interesting pipeline of work coming through as well. Yeah, so it's all just been really good stuff, all in all. So challenge-wise, there's kind of a few challenges that I've kind of noticed and that I'm trying to improve on. Goes without saying, the biggest one and biggest issue we've had over the past 3 months has been processes and structure. I don't think I ever realised how hard it was going to be to actually kind of take my operation and what I do and just actually put it into a process that other people can follow. I'm quite a regimented. I know I'm a funny guy, but I am quite organised, really. Very organised, and I believe very strongly in the process, and I've got very regimented docs, and I make sure that everything's delivered to the highest standards to the client. I never miss a deadline ever. I'm pretty, set on those things, and to pull those out and trying to get those across to other people can be challenging. Not in the sense that the people can't understand them, but the sense that it makes sense to me, and I just need to now build that into a structure. But I think with Rachel on board and Esme now, I've really got to work on that and work on a bit of a stronger structure and getting that in place. For processes of the business, really. The next one's kind of an interesting one about building Antigravity's brand to be a little bit more client-facing. So, right now, I'm very lucky that I've got a lot of historical clients I work with that are fantastic. I'm really, really appreciative of them. I wouldn't be here today without them. But I think it's important for Antigravity to stand on its own 2 feet as well without me. And I mean, if you're a founder or anything that have experienced this, I've got a few friends who are founders that I'm going to speak to about this, but it's tricky to kind of, everything's been so me for so long that it's tricky to kind of pull that aside and kind of build a brand, I guess, that stands without me. But I'm excited for the challenge, and we're seeing some good stuff based off the back of that already. So yeah, and we're early days as well. Obviously, everything's kind of still quite eyes on me, but I think as we progress, we'll be able to be a bit like other agencies who started off as one person and then built into a bit of a team, which is cool. And the final one is just about, the final sort of challenge is just about getting some time in for personal growth. Like, I've naturally, the first 3 months of any business starting up are pretty manic, as you can imagine. And I've wanted more time to kind of help develop and grow Esme and creatively direct where I can, and just, try and make sure that everyone's developing and growing, really. And also that our client base is growing as well. So there's a lot of learnings and stuff there. I think the biggest thing all in all is just to get that sort of process nailed, really. I'd say that's kind of been our weaknesses this past quarter, has just been processes, my time being a bit stretched, so making sure that I have time to actually be there and manage the team as well as going out and getting new clients. And those are my biggest learnings that I need to take moving forward. But in terms of the things that we've done really well, and that I want to now continue on is, we want to continue to deliver outstanding work that drives results for clients. We want to really establish Antigravity's brand, make that a bit of a destination brand in its own right, and just let that sing. And obviously we just want to keep refining our process now, so that the business can work with and without me. Those are the biggest ones. If you were to look into the 3 sort of big points that I want to kind of build then for the next sort of quarter, effectively, is structure is the biggest one. I want to come to you guys next quarter and say the biggest thing we've built is we've got a real strong structure in place now. We have got a strong structure, but we just need to refine it. We need to refine the hell out of it and make it work even better than it is now. We want to get a stronger pipeline of client leads that are coming through from external sources other than me. And we want to really, really focus on finalizing the brand and building a website and making Antigravity its own brand, and that it can stand on its own. Those are the key things. And then if you wanted to talk personally, if I could reflect on the past sort of quarter, it's been challenging. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's been challenging. The work we've done has been great. I'm really proud of it. So proud of Esme and Rachel, and we've all really worked together well as a team. And we're in the early stages, but I see some real momentum here, and we've got some really big opportunities that I told you guys about. So I've got everything crossed that we can keep growing. But I think if we can get those processes locked down, then we've got some we've got everything nailed. Processes or structure, pipeline, and brand and website, and happy days for the next quarter, really. But yeah, all in all, it's been a wild ride the past 3 months, and I honestly wouldn't have changed it for the world. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, it's just been crazy, and I've just really enjoyed it. And thank you guys for following along. I know I've not got much of a following on here. Maybe one day I will, but I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. Please do comment and offer any sort of tips and advice on how to make these better. As much as I'm looking to grow Antigravity, I'm also looking to grow this. So give me. I'm willing and open to all feedback to help grow this YouTube channel. And I really hope that you guys take something from this as well, and that you can take into your own lives and see that with a lot of hard work and some determination, you can do it. But on that note, that's Q1 signed off, and see you on the next one.